Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janelle and I'm glad to have you here. Today I am doing a recording about my experience with VHL, von Hippel Lindau. It is a very rare genetic disorder that I was born with, and it is, like I said, genetic. It was passed down to me from my dad. I didn't know my dad very well. My parents were divorced, but this is one thing I was blessed with by my father. And I was brought up in a home with a single mother, and I have one sibling, which is an older brother. And like I said, my parents were divorced. We didn't know much about VHL. I lost the vision in my left eye when I was age 5. It is a prosthesis. Some people call it a glass eye. I did not receive my prosthesis till I was 24 years old. It was just my eye. It did not work. It had a tumor growing out of it very painfully. I started losing my vision in my right eye in 1985-86. I was about age 11. I have had a lot of treatment on my right eye to keep the vision. If you include laser, radiation, cryo, I've had a silicone buckle placed on my retina. I've had a couple of retinal detachments. I've had the gas bubble put in a few times where you lay face down. If it could be done, it has been done to my right eye. I fought a good fight. I kept some vision in that eye for many years. I did injections every 6 weeks in that eye for about 14 years. And now I am completely blind. I gave up the fight. And I am content at being blind. I am learning to live with it. I have had brain surgeries from tumors in my brain from VHL. My last brain surgery was 2 years ago this past Sunday, and have had surgical or cervical laminectomies on my cervical spine, and I have tumors again on my spine and in my brain. I have had 3 surgeries on my kidneys to remove a renal cell carcinoma, which is kidney cancer. I have cyst and a tumor in my pancreas. I have a, what do they call it? A lobe or some kind of spot on my lung that's been there for many years. And I will be flying out at the end of this month to go back up and see my neurosurgeon. I have been having headaches again. I don't think anything is horrible, but I am getting dizzy just rolling from one side of my head to another on my pillow in the evenings or any time. And I will be seeing my oncologist and my urologist at the end of the month, as my labs didn't come out perfect. So we need to find out why. And I am 6 months out of my last kidney surgery. So we need to figure out what's going on with all that stuff. And it's just time for checkups on everything. So that's my VHL life in a nutshell with me. Excuse me. My father passed away at age 41 from VHL. He suffered with many brain tumors. He had eye experience, did not lose his vision, but he did have them in his eyes. Not sure about his kidneys and spine and other areas. I did lose my grandmother. She did lose her vision completely. She did lose her kidneys. She was on dialysis. I do believe she had a brain tumor, and she had tumors on her adrenal glands. Lost her very young, and we can trace it back, we think, to her father, my great-grandfather. Back then, they're not sure what it was, but he had, I think the story is he had bad headaches, and they're not sure why, so they just kind of put you back in, a state hospital back then, and that was the end of the story. So I am very, very grateful to God for, living in today's age. And even my grandmother's time, they just ripped out your kidneys and put you on dialysis, and that was that. Like I said, I've had, surgery on my kidneys, both kidneys, and had many tumors removed from both of them. And they look like Swiss cheese. They leave the kidneys, they just take out the tumors. And my brother and I were joking like it's a little melon ball scooper, and they just scoop them out. But the kidneys, look like Swiss cheese, but they still function, which is a wonderful, wonderful thing. So we've come a long way. And, wonderful surgeons, wonderful equipment. My last brain surgery, we flew up the week before. I had a bunch of testing I had to do. I had, what did they call it? Hydrocephalus, water on the brain, because water or the, fluid from the brain is supposed to go to the spine. And my tumor was kind of sitting right there where it wouldn't, drain, or the cyst, the tumor wasn't that big. It was only the size of a grape. But the cyst was the size of a tangerine, sitting right there, and it wouldn't let the fluid drain. So I had a lot of fluid on my brain and the pressure and all that. So, I was in severe pain prior to surgery. So once I woke up from surgery and everything was flowing the way it should, they did surgery on a Friday, and I woke up and we flew home on Monday. I felt great, couldn't wait to come home and start living life again because I had been miserable for way too long. So that's my VHL, but right now my brother, is going through his end stages of VHL. He just turned 51, and we have talked every day for hours, sometimes a couple times a day, and we've just talked about our childhood memories and things I've forgotten, things he's forgotten, and just laugh, and we cry, and it's a beautiful thing. it's a tough thing. You know, it really is a tough thing. I'm glad I have the time with my brother. I am so grateful for it. He's just been such a wonderful, wonderful person, and I'm so privileged to have known him and to have been his sister and his friend, and he was my very first friend, probably my first enemy. We were probably the first of each other's negotiators, and you know, we probably plotted with each other and learned how to keep each other's secrets. And I mean, we have done so much together and been through so much together, and we were there when we lost our mom, and we were so young and so scared, and there's just so much he's been there for me. Even times when we weren't speaking, I knew without a doubt he had back. And he's trying to teach me through all this to not be worried and not be scared and to let things go, and to remind me how things are beautiful, and we've had so many great things happen to us, and all the wonderful people we've met, and we really have had so many wonderful experiences. So I'm really working on it. I really am. And not all my tears are sad. Some are really, really happy tears. But that's it for now. I will see you guys tomorrow. And everybody stay beautiful, stay blessed. Remember, you don't know what you got till it's gone, so look around you. Look at all the wonderful things that there are, the people, the things that everything could be gone tomorrow. Thank you guys for the prayers. You guys are awesome. I love you guys too. I really, really do. Each one of you mean something important to me. And none of you guys are out there alone. None of you. This is a community, and the community is like a family. And thank you guys for checking on me. And I'll keep you updated. Thanks. Spread your sparkle. We need it.